Hello, YouTube. This is Anaru LST. I'm more well known on MOC pages, and of course, this is my first video. I'll probably link you down there in the description, just so you can really get a feel for my MOCs, and so I thought I was gonna do a review real quick, just to let you guys get a more intimate look, more in-depth look at my MOCs. So why not start with the self-MOC himself, Anaru, Toa of Gravity. So first I'd like to start with some story. His story is that as a Matoran, he wasn't really all that prone to following his responsibilities. He really was more often found just honing his arts and goofing off, and he wasn't really that responsible. Responsible? That's what Akama would say. Joke. Anyway, so I haven't really come up with a lot of details, but for some reason he gets turned into a Toa. Doesn't really suit him that much. And after a Dark Hunter murders one of his Toa brothers on his team, he just flies into a barbarian rage D&D style and just murders them back in cold blood. And Toa aren't supposed to do that, really. So now he is a rogue Toa. They pretty much shun him. Alright. Let's get started with the actual MOC. Not sure where to start. If Shadow Gear has copyrighted the start from the ground up. Let's just start with the silhouette. You can see he's really a bulky kind of character. Really, really muscular. He didn't start out that way, though. So, V1, these Pauldrons weren't here. A lot of this leg armor wasn't here. He was really, really skinny. And, yeah. After I got a comment from Crow telling me to bulk up, that was, by the way, the best advice I have ever received as far as this MOC is concerned. These Pauldrons, they're pretty posable. Can move them around. Oop, falling apart already. So, let me just take one of these off. The whole arm, sadly, has to come off with it. And show you a little bit how this is constructed. Just HF bone with the studs stuck in there to fill it out. This little hook claw here to hold the mask on as the pauldron. And originally this piece here was a Sidorak gear, one of those large black Sidorak gears, and for the longest time it stayed that way. And after I had enough complaints, I finally started to see how myself how obnoxious they were, and just they really conflicted with the rest of his texture. So had this instead. Pretty nice. Don't really remember where it came from. Just some system bit. Miscellaneous system bit. On his back here, you can see they extend sort of just to really cover his back into this scrawl armor. I really, really like that. That probably the best looking back of a MOC I've ever had. Oh yeah, the back of his head, you may notice, it's pretty dang custom. His eyes aren't the typical Metru eye stalk. It's the two lightsaber rods in here. And he's got a little antenna. Oh yeah, and I painted his head black because it a gray Metra head just really, really clashes with the rest of his color scheme. I just can't deal with gray. Can't have any. No. Yeah, something I forgot to mention, even though it's horribly obvious, and all you purists are probably just... All four of you have probably unsubscribed at this point, just seeing this mask, because it's like... I painted it. It's a... Yeah, you can see that it was originally just a green Miru, because I don't want to spend like... I don't want to spend like $6 on Bricklink on a black one. So I just got 6 green ones, or I think it was 4 actually. And then painted them to save money and just, you know, freedom. Freedom! That is what us impurists are about. They're my pieces, I can do what I want with them. Anyway, yeah, you might be able to see a few other pieces that have been painted here and there. Like these Exo Force Arms here. They were originally gunmetal, but I painted them black because I don't want to buy black ones. I don't want to buy them. Because minimum wage sucks. And, ooh, what happened to his chest here? Put that back on. Oh no, I've revealed some great secret. Alright, let's go down to his legs. Yeah, you can see this custom table I made in woodshop. Laser engraved the 3 virtues on there. It's pretty cool. Anyway, the legs. They're probably the bulkiest part of this MOC. Because you can see just down here they come into huge, huge sphere type ankle armor. It just, the general shape is a sphere. Got these stuck on there with the stud in the hole. Covers it really nicely. And you can see these Mantax feet. They one of them broke right here. You can see this blue pin holding it in. And for symmetry's sake, I put another one over here. Lovely. Anyway, these lower legs are completely custom. Upper legs are just black Ikkaku limbs. The knees, though. The knees are really awesome. You can see you get a good I don't know what degree that is of bendage. Lovely. So pretty posable despite its bulk. I really like it. It's my self MOC. This knee comes right out. Pretty simple. I also really like to use broken pieces because then I don't have to modify them myself and people will get less mad. And taking this off, you can see how that's constructed. Some of the most complex custom legs I've ever done. And ever will do, because this takes up a lot of my Technic pieces. I don't want to use all of them. Otherwise I'd have to start taking things apart. I heard once from Crow, Kronos Omega, Crow within brackets, that dude, that most of the time he just takes apart every MOC after he builds it just to make the perfect MOC next time. So that's one way to manage your collection, but I'm too partial to some of my MOCs to do that. Anyway, let's move up. Pelvis. It's got these little posable bits. The Borak eyes. And his butt, he doesn't really have much of a butt. It's just that Metru chest plate. It's pretty cool. It's kind of like a grass skirt if you think about it. Just a little bit like that. Up, 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 up. Chest. Now, originally, these weren't filled in. He just had like this weird skeletal thing going on. Super skinny. But I somehow managed to fill that out. Can't really understand why I didn't do that before. So his chest, he's got 2 of these Metru chest plates with some Technic jammed in there to fill it out. It's got this nice, this is one of my favorite colors, this nice heart light. And this piece here to just hold this in. I believe this came from a stormtrooper. Weird. But it works. And inside the chest, he's got a little Shadow Leech. That has nothing to do with his story at all. Just fills it in. Same colors as Heartlight. Sort of makes sense, I guess. Now, you've seen enough of his upper arm by now. So, he's got these tires to really fill it in. So his lower arm, the second most custom thing about him besides his torso, this axle is a little too long, but to get one of the proper length, I'd have to cut it, or like push this down, then add something else down here. But that's like, that's pushing it as far as the width of the arms. It starts to look weird if you make it too wide there. Now, I realize I could have, I should get a 2-stud long lift arm and stick it here, but I just don't have it. I don't. Those are, too high in demand as far as the mocking department of my life goes. Another tire here to really fill it out. I love this armor right here. It's so dang useful. I swear it's on 1/3 of my MOCs. Now his hand, this bit comes right off. It's really annoying. It just pops right off whenever you're trying to pose him. Somehow it didn't yet. And so, yeah. And these fingers, I tried Exo Force Arms, but they didn't really work. So these, they work pretty nice. And since there's only 2, you can still hold stuff by stabbing it into his hand. Like Patrick did with Squidward that one time. Now, I believe that covers a lot of stuff. His weapon. A massive freaking scythe. It's taller than he is. And to hold it, you gotta take this middle bit out and just stab it right into his hand. I'm thinking of cutting a axle/pin, one of those blue things, and just sticking it in here. That way you could have it stuck right here, and then he could just spin it as much as he wanted, and his fingers could hold it. But there's only so far I want to take my impurity. So, this weapon really suits him as far as his story goes. Really suits him aesthetically. I'm really glad I got this black one, because silver would have looked awkward with his color scheme. I experimented once with adding silver, and it looked okay, but the simplicity of purple and black, it's pretty dang cool. Gravity. So once I had a self-mock before this guy. He was a Glatorian named Takis, and he was sort of a barbarian type dude like this. And once I thought, just going to bed, dude, you know Domek from Matanui online game. Coolest Matoran in the entire game. I don't care if he doesn't do anything. He's the coolest guy. Always salutes you when you click on him. He's a real trooper, that one. So Domek's mask, paired with a Toa of Gravity, with the Miru. Toa of Gravity with a Miru. It seems sort of redundant, because a Toa of Gravity could just probably, like, switch gravity over, and then he could float away. But with the Mask of Levitation, it just made, like, too much sense and too little sense at the same time. And, you know, it looks freaking awesome. Let's take his weapon here. And it does have a sort of secondary function, if you want to call it that, in that he can store it on his back. This little pinhole here. And it's a little bit cumbersome, so I didn't start out the video with it. You can imagine why. But this may be a pretty freaking cool mask. But I'd like to show you that this guy is pretty versatile in terms of the masks he can wear. So let's start out with the Ikkaku. This is another custom mask I did. You can see the lenses. Looks pretty cool with that. Qualcy. Get in there. Alright. If it were purple or black, that would look pretty freaking boss. Next up, another Pakari. This is the mask he originally had while I was building his prototype, before I had the custom Miru painted. He looked pretty good with that. And the way it just goes into his chest like that, it's freaking awesome. Like he has some sort of scarf or... Makes him look awesome and brooding. Alright, next mask. The Akama. It's a little small. But then again, when last I had him wear this, it was his prototype version before V1, and he was like so much skinnier. It looked a lot better with that guy. What else do we got here? How? Now this How was originally gray. I didn't find it too useful that way, so I just painted it flat silver. Still a little small on him. Good silhouette. If I had one in black, that would definitely be one of his main masks. Appears I'm out of masks over here. I'll have to go get some more. Ruru. Huna. I believe that's it. Looks pretty good with these ones. The Huna fits into that notch in his chest just perfectly. Can't really move it though. Yeah. Ruru goes with the rest of his trans blue a little bit. It's a slightly different tone, but it has a great silhouette. Good size, good attitude. Yeah. Anyway, this has been Anaru LST's first MOC review.